Hey everyone, I just wanted to come on today and talk about something that I was thinking about earlier as I was talking to a friend about weight loss, of course, because that's on my mind all the time. And I just wanted to say that weight loss is multidimensional. It's not, you can't address weight loss from a single plane, meaning that the multifaceted aspects of weight loss, you can have a weight loss equation for you that looks very different from anyone else. It's based on your past history, possibly the traumas in your life. It's based on physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, all of those things, your belief systems, your patterns, your habits, your subconscious mind. Everything about you creates who you are. Your whole history creates who you are today, and that impacts your ability to lose weight and right size your body and get healthy, for instance. So I just wanted to talk about this because when I talk to people, they're just addressing one aspect of this equation usually, and that is physical. And that's really what all the books would have you address as well. All of the programs would have you address as well, because that's easy, right? It's easy to just address the physical. We can say, okay, eat this diet plan, eat this food, eat this program, and you'll lose weight. And that may be true for a lot of people. They might lose weight and then they can't maintain it because of so many other factors that actually affect the ability to lose weight and keep it off and really have it be part of their life and lifestyle, a right-sized body and a healthy body. And it can take a lot of work on belief systems. It can take a lot of work on the subconscious mind. And I don't mean going and sitting in a psychotherapist's office 3 times a week for an hour for the next 20 years. That's not what I'm talking about. But I am talking about addressing belief systems, addressing traumas in present day. So we're not going to go spend time back when you were 5 years old. That's not the point. The point is to bring awareness to it and to say, okay, I experienced this. Is it affecting my ability to lose weight? Maybe, maybe not. But the point is to bring awareness to it, because if you're eating compulsively, if you're overeating, if you're eating the wrong kinds of foods, if you're in these patterns that keep you overweight, why? Why are you in these patterns? And more importantly, how can you change those patterns? So this is not a one-dimensional undertaking, and it's what makes it a little bit, quite a bit more complex and also difficult to lose weight. It's not easy to lose weight. It takes time. I've said that before. To lose weight properly and create a life that will allow you to continue losing weight and keep it off, you really have to do some digging. You have to look at your belief systems. You have to look at your history. You have to look at your subconscious mind and take a dive into your subconscious mind. And you might be saying, well, how do you do that outside of going to therapy? Because that's what you do in therapy too. There are ways to do that, to dive into your subconscious mind, to become aware of what's in your subconscious mind, right? And then once you become aware of it, then you can do something about it. And a lot of times just becoming aware of it transmutes it in the moment. So I want to encourage you to relook at your weight loss endeavors and what you do for weight loss, because if you're just looking diet to diet to diet to diet, from one food plan to the next, to the next, to the next, and nothing's working, that's so discouraging. I can tell you, I know all about that discouragement. And it's so discouraging to start on a diet, to be super excited, and then to fail. And then the discouragement sets in, and then you've got to like get yourself back up to get that feel encouraged again that, okay, yes, I can lose weight with the next diet. So let's look at the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And it just goes on and on like that, because you're not looking underneath the problem. You're looking at a surface level problem, and you're addressing a multifaceted problem. Instead of addressing all the different layers of the problem, you're only looking at it from the very top layer, and you can't solve the problem from the top layer. You've actually got to dive deep into these other layers. You've got to look at the emotional aspects. You've got to look at the mental aspects. You look at the spiritual aspects. Of course, you look at the physical aspects, but maybe not just from a food perspective, right? And maybe the tweak is you have to look at it from a nutritional perspective also, because one of the reasons we overeat is because we're overfed and undernourished. Our cells aren't getting the nutrition that they so desperately need to do their jobs. That's one big problem with the SAD diet, the standard American diet, is that it's full of processed foods and devoid of nutrition. So they're calorie dense. You get a ton of calories and very little nutrition. So your cells don't have anything to use to do their jobs. They don't have the whole set of phytonutrients, of vitamins and minerals, and all the amino acid, the proteins that they need. Or maybe they have way too much protein because your diet is really heavily protein based. So you put a lot of protein on your plate, and then you add a bunch of processed foods. It just doesn't work for weight loss. So you've got to look at it. I encourage you, I invite you to look at it from these other levels as well. Another physical aspect of weight loss that kind of gets covered over, you read about it every now and then, is toxins. We live in a toxic soup, right? You bring toxins into your body, not just by food, right? So you're eating all kinds of chemicals in your food and on your food, but the air you breathe, the water you drink, the water you shower with, the personal care products that you put on your body, all of these have chemicals. All of those go into your body, and the liver has to process those chemicals. So the toxic load, and what does the liver do with all those chemicals? Well, the liver inherently wants to get those chemicals out of the body. But sometimes it just can't, because our livers are so overworked and our lymph is so overworked that the liver needs to store it somewhere to keep our organs safe. So where do toxins get stored? In fat. So the liver is saying, hey, body, put on more fat so we can store these chemicals. So that may be an issue for you, is you've got such a toxic load and your liver can't process all the toxins, so you have to store them in fat. And your body actually won't release the weight because you have such a toxic load. So what do you do about that? Well, we've got to detox the body in a very controlled way. You don't just go to the store and pick up, a detox. That can be actually very dangerous, because the body is then forced to release toxins. And if the liver's not in the right place and in good enough shape to deal with those toxins, then they just get put somewhere else in the body, maybe much more dangerous than where they're at right now, which is in fat. So they might get those toxins might get dislodged or lodged in your kidneys. And we don't want that. We don't want your toxins to have to go through the kidneys. We want them to dump into the large intestine. Anyway, that's beyond the scope of this talk. But the other aspects of it are the emotional aspects. Are you an emotional eater? Why? If you are, why? Why are you an emotional eater? And those things have to be addressed. And we've got to get underneath the surface to be able to address those things so that you can have successful weight loss and you can build health. You can build healthy cells. You can build cells that vibrate, right? That have energy. If you're fatigued, there's a reason for that, right? And so getting underneath the surface level aspects of weight gain and weight loss is super important. And it's really the only way to be successful at weight loss is to get underneath this surface level, the physical level, the calorie level. And in a previous Facebook Live, I talked about calories or in a post, I can't remember. But anyway, you have to look at all these different levels. What are your beliefs around food and weight loss and everything else that might affect this aspect of you? And how do you know what those beliefs are, for one thing? And then when you actually do figure out what those beliefs are, if they're sabotaging you in any way, which I'm guessing that they probably are, how do you transmute those? How do you clear those beliefs and bring in belief systems that actually serve you now? Those belief systems may have served you a long time ago, decades ago, but they no longer serve you. The same with habits and patterns. We've got these neural pathways in our brain that are super easy to stay in, right? Habits. It's easy to be in a habit. It's hard to change a habit because these neural pathways, it's easy to stay in the Grand Canyon neural pathway. It's hard to climb out of that neural pathway, much less create a new one, right? Then you got to get out your shovel and start creating a new one. And it's so easy when you're working on that new neural pathway to just get lazy or get upset or find yourself in a position where you don't feel strong enough to stay in the new neural pathway, because it takes a while to create that new neural pathway. So you fall back into your Grand Canyon neural pathway, and boy, then the discouragement comes, and then the hopelessness comes, and then the I give up comes, because you couldn't sustain being in the new neural pathway. So how does all this come together? How do you take all of these things and put them together and create a belief system and a neural pathway system, an emotional system, and just the whole big cornucopia of things that ideally come together in a really nice way so that you can lose weight in a safe and healthy way and create health, create healthy longevity. So if you've ever wondered why I don't give out Band-Aids in this group, I don't give out weight loss tips in this group, this is why. Because I could give you a Band-Aid, I could say, here, go try this, and it would not serve you one iota, because I know that weight loss is not about the next Band-Aid. I know that weight loss is not about the next weight loss tip that I can give you. It's not about that. It's about taking this deep dive into the subconscious mind, into the belief structure, into the emotional body, but the emotions, into the mind. You've got to deal with all aspects of the body-mind, and that doesn't come in the form of a Band-Aid. It doesn't come in the form of the next tip, the next weight loss tip. I don't give tips because it's so much bigger than that. It would just not serve anyone for me to start giving out tips, because then I don't know what's going on for you. You know, I don't know what's going on for you, so I don't know what's going to work for you until we schedule a call and we really look at a strategy for you. Everybody's strategy is unique, and so I encourage you, book a call with me and let's create a strategy for you that's going to work for you individually. You know, the other thing that I didn't mention that I have on my notes here, but is social aspects, the family aspects. What is it about your family? What is it about your job? What is it about the social realm of you that keeps weight on? That's another aspect of this equation. So everybody's weight loss equation looks very, very different. And some people's is very complex. Some people's is very simple. So the best approach to weight loss is to really look and uncover your equation and create a strategy from that equation. So we're addressing what's best for you. So book a call with me at the link in the description. It's rightsizeyourbody.com/apply. Go book a call with me. If you're ready and you're committed to really get to the bottom of this for yourself, I'm here and I'm ready to help you. I'm ready to get you on a plan and create a strategy for you that's going to get your body right sized and that's going to build health for you. That's my main goal for you. I'm here to serve you in that way. And I would love for you to take advantage of that. The call is free. It's free to get on a strategy call with me. Just click the link and book a call if you're ready and you're committed to get this problem solved for yourself. All right. I'll see you in the next Facebook Live.